Have you been successful in the RAOA or wholesale business models and are tired of constantly being on the hunt looking for products to sell? Then you are in the right place. It's time to design a lifestyle for you to be your own boss and enjoy everything life has to offer you. Let's get started right now. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Getting Started with Private Label podcast, episode number 10. Hi, my name is Rob Chrin, and today I'm going to talk about how long it takes to launch a private label product. If you've been using the RAOA or wholesale models, you're used to being able to buy and start selling products almost immediately. However, making the transition to private label has many hurdles to go through and can take a lot longer than most people expect, but it's worth the time and effort. First, you need to find a product idea and validate that it meets your budget and goals. That can take a few days, maybe a few weeks, or even longer. Once you've found and validated the idea, now you need to design your product to stand out from your competitors. That usually will take a week or so, maybe a few days, depending on the product. Then you need to create what is called a request for quotation, RFQ, to document what you want a factory to create, normally a few days. Then search for manufacturers to create your product, normally a few days also. Then you need to send the RFQ to the manufacturers and wait for responses, maybe a week or two. Then you need to request samples. That may take several weeks to a month. Then after you select a manufacturer based on the samples that you received, you need to negotiate pricing, terms, etc. That can take several weeks. Then manufacturing can start, and that can take several weeks to a month or so. Then shipping can take 4 to 6 weeks or so, if not more, to get your product into Amazon. This is all to say, when you add it all up, it's not uncommon for it to take at least 4 to 6 months from the time you start to find and validate an idea to when it's available to launch on Amazon. Hopefully, having this information will set expectations and allow you to better plan ahead for your timeline on the amount of time it takes to launch your product. And because of all this, there's no time like the present to get started. Don't delay. Get started today. Now on to today's action step. Today's action step is pretty simple. All I want you to do is put a date on your calendar of at least 6 months in the future from today if you're ready to start finding and validating a private label product. You'll then have a pretty good estimate of when you'll be able to start selling your private label product on Amazon. Thank you so much for joining me today in the Getting Started with Private Label podcast. Next week, I can't wait to connect up again as we go through another episode where we will teach you tangible takeaways that you can apply and take action immediately after listening. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and we will connect up again really soon. Thanks for listening to the Getting Started with Private Label podcast. Get additional information, trainings, and tools at robchrin.com. That's ROBCHRIN.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next time.